this is the final chapter on our multi-unit investing for beginners. And this is going to be the one that I kind of really want you guys to pay attention to, because this is going to be the 4 other ways you make money without spending money, but the ones that you really don't think about. Number 1, don't forget, if your cash flow is at a scratch, even at a negative or a slight positive, don't forget that you're paying down the note. So if your full payment is $3,000 a month and you're only making $2,900 on rent, you may say you're losing money, but you're not, because about $600 or $700 of that is going down to pay the principal. What's the principal? That's the loan amount left on that building. So every month your renters pay down that principal. When you go to sell that building, you get that money back. I want you to think of that as kind of a forced savings, kind of like a 401k that you will see down the line. Number 2, people do know this one, and that's just the natural appreciation of the property. You know, appreciation is going to go up, it's going to go down, but when you have tenants in it that are covering your mortgage, then it's not a problem. And that mortgage is fixed. So no matter what happens to the market, as long as you're getting that rent roll, your rate's not going up, that rent roll's staying, and you're going to pay off that property, which leads us to number 3, hedge against inflation. Basically what that's saying is when you buy a property at 6%, those dollars are stuck at 6% interest. If inflation goes to the roof and they have to raise interest rates, you're stuck at that rate, which means you own the US dollar from that rate. As they raise interest rates, the dollar becomes more valuable because you can buy more things. Well, if you own $600,000 at 6% and we go to 10%, you just made a lot of money because now the dollar is worth more and you can buy more at that 600 if you were to sell it. So just think about that aspect. It's a hedge against inflation. Number 4 is the biggie. This is depreciation. This is the granddaddy. To put it into layman's terms, depreciation basically is saying you have stuff in your building that slowly loses value. Not the appreciation, not the rents that we talked about on the second thing, but your AC units, your roofs, your brick tuck pointing, just material stuff that needs to be redone throughout the years. The government lets you write down a charge against what you make and what it's worth. That's amazing. You can actually be cash flow positive in the building and report a loss because of depreciation. Now you will have recovery of that depreciation when you sell that place. And that's what 1031 exchanges are. That's another one. We'll get into that probably our next video. 1031 exchanges, what they are and what they do. But that depreciation is a massive way to lower your tax basis and still bring in cash because it does not affect the cash flow of the property. Depreciation is one of the biggest reasons people buy properties because it's such a massive tax write-off. So those are 4 things. Notice we did not spend money on any of those 4 things. And through this series, we never spent money, yet we made you money at every video. So thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe and we'll talk to you soon, and look out for the 1031 exchange.